So I want to talk about the April O'Neil race change. I just wanted to reinforce whenever you see characters race swapped in stories, it's not always about woke culture or being PC. It has to also do with encoding the sky. April O'Neil is a character in the Ninja Turtles series who's playing the sun. She's April, the spring, where she's surrounded by Leo, the sun, Ra, Fel, an angle or angel of the sun, Michael's angle or angelo, which is also an angle of the sun, and then Don, which is the moon. Also similar to like the Four Seasons or the four Fantastic Four members are also playing the same kind of idea where you have Ben Grimm's, like Grim Reaper being a play on the big giant Titan supermoon. And, the other characters represent like the Human Torch being like the sun. So you see this kind of four horsemen type of character archetype in a lot of different characters, but they're really playing elements of the sky. And April just happens to so be the sun position or the spring. And a lot of female characters in different stories will be playing the spring. And when they are playing the spring, they'll start off as very weak, the one that's always in need of help. But by the end of the series, they're the powerhouse. And we see this in the Ninja Turtle series later on where April O'Neil gets alien power. She's a telekinetic. She also is martial art trained, just like the Ninja Turtles. So she's a strong female counterpart, similar to like Sakura and Naruto, Amy and Sonic. Same kind of concepts, all plays on the idea of spring. Even Daisy from like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So why did they change April O'Neil? So woke culture has to do with moon stories. Right now, our world is in a lot of moon-based stories. This is why Marvel's current slate is all about Gold Schools, Moon Knight. After the Avengers, after Thanos, the supermoon snapped, everything went moon-based. And this is even seen in the characters. All the sun-based characters disappeared, where Captain America's gone or swapped for the moon-based Captain America. And that race swapping is a way to reinforce that. You even see this going on in the Spider-Man series, where we have the Into the Spider-Verse films out there right now. And this is going on with April O'Neil, where she was swapped from a white character to a black character. Now, woke has to do with the power of the moon. At night, you're asleep. You're under the influence of the moon. The moon helps you go to sleep. But if you're awake and stories are being told, it's woke culture. So they're perverting or twisting the idea of sun-based stories and just leveraging them or turning them into moon-based stories. And we see this in a lot of different other stories, like the idea of going from Shazam to Black Adam during this kind of moon phase. We also see it in something like the Superman. Henry Cavill's not coming back as Superman. It's kind of like killing the sun. And then they changed him to the black suit Superman. They even went so as far to say that Michael B. Jordan, a black man, was going to be playing Superman. And that's because we're in moon phase stories right now. And this also is also like why the X-Men movies won't be announced until after probably the next Great American Eclipse, where we start to return a lot of sun-based stories. And this is the first time April O'Neil was black. Just like it's not like the first time Catwoman was black. We had Halle Berry's version of Catwoman being black. There was another actress of her being black. And Catwoman is Selena Kyle, Selene the moon goddess. She's playing the moon. But sometimes the story is more sun-based, where you see the Batman symbol on Batman's chest is surrounded by the sun. Then sometimes there's a darker story or moon-based Batman stories where they swap the race or reinforce it by changing the characteristics of Catwoman. And this even goes on with Batgirl, where Batgirl is black now in the TV show or series of Gotham. One of those shows that they have a black Batgirl. But it's not done just because it's woke culture, so to say, to appease the liberal minds, but more so that they're encoding the sky in these characters. And we might say this is corny and this sucks, but storytelling is leveraging this necromanting or this power in storytelling using the sky. And it would be easier for them to keep the what works, but they have to, in order for it to be effective, they have to use or scramble these kind of concepts and ideas.